This is Arts Alive. I'm Linda Philippi, and my first guest today is Ted Desel. Ted is directing Gallery's upcoming production of Alfred Hitchcock's The 39 Steps. So welcome.
Hi, good to see you.
Yeah, did Alfred Hitchcock write this?
No.
Okay.
Kind of a misnomer.
Okay.
There is a history to this play, however. It started in 1915 when John Buchan wrote a book called The 39 Steps. It was a mystery thriller pre-World War I. It talks about a fellow that gets wrapped up into a murder, and so he has to take the murder victim's secret to the military headquarters of English Army, so that the secrets won't get to the Germans, because they're never identified as Germans. But anyway, so
the enemy.
Yeah, the enemy, pre-World War I. And but the important thing about it was a spy thriller, and one of the first ones of that genre. Man on the run who sacrifices himself for a cause and doesn't know what the end is going to be, but he's going to carry the message forward. Alfred Hitchcock picked up on that book in 1935, which was pre-World War II. Circumstances are similar. Made that great black and white movie, 39 Steps, which is a mystery thriller. Very similar, but he did his own adaptations to it. But it's great, and it follows the story pretty much, and it's great in its own right. Now, the two fellows that put this together, Simon and Corby, they thought that was a great idea, taking Hitchcock's 39 Steps and reforming it and playing with it a little bit. They got together with Patrick Barlow, who's really the adapter of the edition that we're using, and take a lot of Alfred Hitchcock and a lot of John Buchan and Monty Python and put them together. Okay? Which only says that there's different ways to tell the same story and different genres that you can do it in. So although there are some adaptations and dissimilarities between them, the messages are all the same. And it's the same character that has to carry the message forward. But in this, it's a different way of doing it. If you know Monty Python and their crew, or Saturday Night Live kind of thing, it's great fun, great comedy.
So does anybody sing I'm a Lumberjack?
No. No.
Okay, so but it is more of a comedy.
Yes. Yes. Just the very nature of it. Now these guys really adapted Hitchcock's 35 movie. So there are several allusions in the play. Some are directly verbal, some of them are by implication, some of them are scenic references.
To the movie.
To 5 different Hitchcock movies.
Oh, okay.
So these are implanted in it as well.
So this is the fun for the audience of trying to catch the allusion to which movie. And
that's a game that one could play. Yes. In fact, we invite the audience to see if you can find those 5 or more allusions to his plays, his movies. I'm so used to thinking plays. So one of the more obvious ones is there's a place where Richard Hannay, that's this dapper character here, who's carrying this message forward, is being chased by the police and whatnot. And there's a sequence where an airplane comes and buzzes him. And
like North by Northwest,
North by Northwest, exactly. So there's some other things like that happen in the play. Now, the other element is that there is one actor that plays one role. There's one actress that plays 3 roles. And there's 2 actors that are generally called the clowns who play 40 characters or more. And sometimes 2 in the same scene.
So do you have just the 4 actors?
Just 4 actors.
Okay, so then Julia Sargent must be the one playing the female roles, because I know she's in the play.
That's right. That's right. So yes, Julia plays. Let's see. She starts out as Annabella, and then Margaret, and then Pamela. three different women that Hannay runs into in his travels. Richard Hannay is played by Rich Pratt.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Yes. And Jeff Sargent plays one of the clowns, and Caleb Kearns plays the other one.
Oh, that's a nice ensemble, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
great. They work very well together, and I think they're having fun. Anyway,
I mean, I guess I'm thinking, the Arena Theater, that's pretty hard to get an airplane buzzing through, but I'm sure that you're going to manage that.
well, actually, you have two, so that's okay.
Okay. Sound effects and things like that.
Oh yeah, it's loaded with a lot of sound effects.
Oh, good,
and
okay.
some video stuff, and all the accoutrements. Antonia, my stage manager, was complaining after one of our tech rehearsals that there's like 105 sound cues and 95 light cues and all of this, and she's so busy calling the show she never gets to watch it. So,
Well,
yeah, it's busy. It's
Okay.
very busy, and it moves rather quickly, but it's a fun story.
oh, that's great. Well, I can imagine opening in the middle of January, you have the additional sort of challenge of having to do rehearsals all through the holidays, and I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it sounds like it's pretty challenging for most of the characters because everybody's got a pretty big workload
Yeah, they
with
do.
such a small cast. So how do you manage that? Just cast well?
Well, we started, I think, late October.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, and took a 10-day break at Thanksgiving, 2-week break at Christmas. So essentially, you lose almost a month.
yeah.
So that shortens up the rehearsal period, but it seems like a long time when you look at it in October. When you get to the 1st of January, then it's only 18 days away, and
Yeah.
it's a different energy.
Well, I would
that takes
think,
place.
especially for part of some of that technical stuff, just trying to get all that put together and integrated into the show, and everybody,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's tough for the actors because so much of what they do is keyed on either a sound cue or a light cue, those kinds of things, and we wouldn't see those typically until maybe a week before, and begin getting those folded in. So whatever they've been doing in rehearsal, now they've got to kind of adjust around those and do the things that are appropriate to it.
maybe switch out their timing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That's, I think, the most difficult thing when I think about rehearsing a play is, the rehearsals go along, and just trying to get that timing down. And sometimes I've noticed this, that, when a play first begins its run, maybe they're not quite, like the timing doesn't seem to be, but then you see some plays and you think, man, they're just hitting their marks right off the bat. And I don't know, I guess it's just a matter of maybe the director, maybe the actors, and just how well they work together.
All of that, plus how tired are they by the time they get there, too. It's hard to kind of step into something that is very comedic, something that is even on the edge of farce, which does rely on timing and sight gags and all of that, and that connection and ensemble. The company has to trust each other, and they have their energy up and ready to go. But as an audience member, when it's kind of plodding or when it's really right on the mark, when the energy is there. And they know it too, and so then they just have to adjust and get themselves back into the place where they need to be. That's the most difficult thing about doing comedy. Everybody in the audience usually likes, I much prefer a comedy than I do the other stuff and that sort of thing. But it's also one of the most difficult because of all of those things.
Yeah, because if you get it wrong, it's not funny, and nothing's really worse than comedy that's just not quite funny. It's almost funny, and you're trying to think it's funny, and then it's not, and then that's a big disappointment.
Sure.
So I think, the pressure's on, right?
Sure.
Because it's pretty easy to turn on the tears. I mean, pathos, you can
yeah,
do
sometimes.
that. So the drama is, a lot of times, it's inherent in the material, You tell the story, and it's,
Sure.
yeah. Okay.
But like on Golden Pond last time, I had a number of people mention to me after the show was over that they didn't realize there was that much comedy in Golden Pond. And a lot of it is interpretation and understanding the human condition, because you have to laugh to cry, et cetera,
Right.
et cetera,
Yeah.
that range of things. But the timing issue is always critical in comedy. That's the thing you have to work on the most, making sure everything is big enough, tight enough, and that you can stay ahead of the audience. Because if the audience gets an expectation of what's going to happen, they're either going to be pleased that they got the reaction or that it didn't quite come off as you said before, then it seems a little flat. So, yeah, it's tough.
I thought On Golden Pond was excellent, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It was a wonderful show. Really, really good. So now this one's opening on
Friday
the 18th.
Yes.
And tickets are available through Galleries, Box Office, or
gallery.org online.
Gallery
the
Theater.
new deal this year.
That's really, really great. So I hope that people have had a chance to sort of explore the website a little bit. They can buy the season tickets, the Flex Pass. They can donate. They can do all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can reserve your tickets online, which is great because the box office has sort of limited hours. I mean, they're not always open when you think to call.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I really like about the online ticketing feature.
Yeah, you can do it when you're awake at 4 in the morning and didn't have anything else to do. Yeah, you bet.
Right after you get finished shopping at Land's End or, Pottery Barn, whatever else you've done.
Winco.
Any online shopping, yeah. Let your fingers do the walking.
Absolutely.
So, well, this is going to be pretty exciting. And I guess I was going to say one more thing about this show that I've heard from, I talked to Jeff and Julia, actually, and they both said how much they're really looking forward to this, that they feel like this is one of the best, I guess, material that they've had to work with, and I really think it's going to be an exceptional show. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that spirit from them because you never really know how the actors feel about it because they're working so hard to get the job done and they want to make sure that they're getting it right. But we've got a good team, as you already recognized.
Sure.
And I think they'll be there. I think we're going to be in good shape.
I was going to tell you that they said that you're an excellent director, but then I thought you might think that they'd paid me to say that, so.
Yeah, and how much did it cost?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not bribable. Maybe just a little.
Little glass of wine.
Little glass of wine. How'd you know?
I know them.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. Well, Ted, I think that's going to be wonderful. So, and you've mentioned Antonia now. Is there a lot of costuming that goes on for this, or is it pretty?
Well, quite a bit when you figure that
40.
just Jeff and Caleb alone play 40 different characters. How do you jump very quickly from one character to another, as well as multiple dialects? Because we're in London, we're in Scotland, and variations of the countryside and all of that. So
hats and canes and
all
props and
hats and stuff.
Yeah.
What you can do really quick. And part of the idea of the show is it looks like it's like we're putting it together out of rehearsal furniture. So anything's going to be used to get the story told. So
okay, that's a lot of fun.
it is. It's challenging. Props are crazy because, whatever you would pick up somewhere and some things you want, you can't find. And so you make do with something else. And
Sure, and especially with all those changes and things in a tight backstage, it'll just be a testament to the ingenuity of the crew, right?
Well, it's even tighter in the arena, as you know.
Yeah, for sure. Ted, I want to thank you very much for being here today. I'm looking
pleasure.
forward to seeing the 39 Steps and Break a Leg.
Well, yes, do come.
I will.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Thank you.